The Joe Rogan Experience.
Look, you get out in that world, Joe, you're famous everywhere. You've never been to these places, but when you get there, they're going to know you. Or there's a thing that happened to me years ago in London where I was in a restaurant and I was kind of waiting for the table, and when the lady, she asked me my name. She said, "What's your name?" I go, "David." She goes, "Well, this is David on the list. What's your last name?" I go, "Chappelle." And she looks up, and I look around, and everyone's kind of looking. I could tell they had heard of me, but they didn't know that was me.
Oh, right.
It was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This was after I quit the show, but not long after, like 05, 06.
What did you do for those 10 years?
A lot of shit. I learned a lot. I mean, but it was a humble existence. I had young children, and I was raising my kids. I was living a suburban life. And then every once in a while, I get this feeling like I'm the funniest guy. I got to get out there. And I would, like, fly to Denver, do a week in Denver or something. And that's when you would read I was doing, like, these 6-hour shows. I performed like I was desperate for it. I loved it.
Yeah.
And at one point, I had done one of these big comedy tours that Live Nation put together, that Oddball tour. And I did all right. I had a good run. I wiped out in Hartford, and that was all over the internet. That was the first time that thing had happened to me. But for the most part, the tour went good, but it was a tough tour for me because it was a long show. I had to close it. You know, my chops weren't as tight as they normally were. But I didn't suck by any means, but, you know, could have been better.
Humbling.
It was humbling. But it made me want to go back. And the shows were like, every show was like 20,000 seats. They were like all these.
What year was this around?
Shit. I can't remember. Obama was president, maybe. I don't know, 8, 9, 10.
But
around
you were famous for just showing up places. You would just fly into places.
That's when I started doing. I used to, in the summer, I started riding motorcycles, which is like very uncharacteristic of me, but I loved it. I said, I'm gonna ride my bike across country, and I did. I cheated. I had a tour bus with me, it was a trailer, so if it rained or something, or if I just wanted to bail, I could. But I rode across country, and I'd never seen America like that. When you talk about how big it is and expansive, and man, I saw all the little pockets. On a bike, you know, you really feel the environment, you see things. And I'd stop and play. One of my favorite birthdays was here in Austin. I'd never been to Austin really, and I pulled up on 6th Street. I'd been to Austin, but I'd never seen Austin. Pulled up on 6th Street, it was my birthday. I was riding with the guy. He's like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" And, you know, at that time, I wasn't drinking or smoking or anything. I said, "I want to do stand-up." And I found a bar. It was right around closing. And I saw the DJ packing up, and I said, "Can I use your microphone?" And he recognized me, so he's like, "Oh, yeah. And I went up there, and I just started talking shit. And, you know, but it was just like, you know, teasing the bar staff as they're cleaning up, talking to patrons, and, you know, get it home fast, buddy, and all that shit.
Right.
And people laugh, and it was like I used to do street comedy in New York. It kind of reminded me of that, like building a crowd. And after a while, people stopped and listened. Now, I'm not a tech-savvy dude. Twitter had come out. And I guess people had started tweeting like, "Yo, it's just crazy. Dave Chappelle just in here ranting." Man, it might have took like an hour. That place was packed. And I must have stayed on stage 3 or 4 hours.
Wow.
And you know, they closed the door. They locked the door because it was after hours. And I was in there killing it. It was best birthday I ever had. One of the best birthdays I ever had. Sometime around when I turned 40, I just decided that I'm going to have fun. You know, like right now, you know, this is a weird thing to talk about, but after DMX passed and Black Rob, and, you know, now far more often people from my peer group pass away. And it just makes me feel like, it's not a midlife crisis, it's almost the opposite of that. It's like, look, I know I don't get to stay here forever. My time is limited and precious, and I don't take any of these things for granted. I don't take this money for granted, this platform, and I'm not talking about the fame platform, I'm talking about comedy. This genre, like, this genre, it's been so good for me.
Catch new episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience for free only on Spotify. Watch back catalog JRE videos on Spotify, including clips. Easily, seamlessly switch between video and audio experience. On Spotify, you can listen to the